Today I'm showing you the Note Retrieval Timeline I built in Obsidian to defend against losing notes. Let me show you how it works. I open my dashboard and I've got every note I created organized by when I made it. This week, last week, 2 weeks ago, last month. Everything collapsed by default. I find the time period I need, expand it, and there is my note. Let me show you how the Note Retrieval Timeline looks inside of Obsidian. So here I am inside of Obsidian and I'm looking for a note that I created last month. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm going to access my new Note Retrieval workspace. So to do that, I'll just come down to my Workspace Plus switcher here, and you can see I've got the minimal workspace selected at the moment. So I'm going to go down to Note Retrieval, and that's going to bring up my Note Retrieval Timeline base. So this lives inside of my Map of Contents folder down here, Note Retrieval Timeline base, and it's pulling in bases. So you can see here I've got this week, which pulls in this week, and we've got a whole bunch of other views in there as well. So I'm just interested in a note I created last month. So I'm going to expand it here and scroll down. So we can see there's the note I'm looking for. Sacrifice is the secret, and it's in my cards concepts folder. So I simply just click into that one and I can continue working on my note. And then I can start looking for my next note. And this time I'm going to pick something from last week. So I can't remember the name of it, but I made it last week. So I'm going to expand last week and scroll down. And I can see here's one about goal pursuit in my ideas folder. So I'm going to open up that one and then continue working on my goal pursuit note. It's handy when you can't remember the name of the note or where you put it, or you just want to go back in time to see what you've been working on. If we navigate back to the Note Retrieval Timeline base, you can see down the bottom here, I've got a hidden call out for images and media. So if I expand that one, it shows all the media files that have been added, sorted by date. So that's just good to filter out because then I'm not trying to look for notes mixed in with my images. And then I've also got this data view fallback query, and that just pulls in a data view query. So that's what we used to use before Obsidian bases. So I've just kept that in as a fallback. So that's what that one is. So before I created this workspace, what I used to do is I used to come into my map of contents and navigate to explore notes. Then I'd have a base for notes created today and notes modified today. Then a days alive, and you can see it pulls in all my notes from my vault. So I was able to just sort by how old the note was or when it was last modified. And the majority of the time I could find it that way. But the other day I couldn't actually find what I was looking for, but I knew I made it last week. So that's what prompted me to make this one, because I can just go last week, find the note that I was working on and continue working on it. So it just made it a little bit easier to retrieve notes that I've been working on. Another method I use for retrieving notes is my 2026 reflection here. So if I select that workspace, what it does is it brings up all the notes from 2026. Now you can see I've got quite a few there. So I've been doing some experimenting. If I expand my vault here, expand my movies folder, you can see I've got a whole bunch of movies in there. And that's what all of these little notes here are. So you can see we've got Edge of Tomorrow. I'm finding it's cluttering my vault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these movies out of my Obsidian vault and I'm going to put them into a media tracker. I don't watch movies as much these days because I just don't have the time. If I ever did have the time in the future, it might be nice to take notes about them. I can show you what it looks like. So all the movie covers, got watching, watched. So I was experimenting with this and I was going to make a video on it, but I decided not to. But that's what it looks like if you're interested in that. So I'm going to move that out of my vault into its own area because at the moment, like I said, it's cluttering up my vault. If you're interested in how I created this, let me know in the comments. So let's go back to 2026 reflection and we'll move this across. So if I wanted to reflect on January, I can just hit January there. You can see all those movie files I created in January. They are cluttering up the screen, so that's why I'm getting rid of them. I can go through the base here. I can select February and drill down and have a look at all the notes I created in February. And I've got my list there as well. So I've got a few methods I can use. So there are two parts to this. There is the map of content note, which we can see here. So if I navigate up to my commander link here, I've got a shortcut for toggle live preview source mode. You can also get this by going Control P and typing in toggle. You can see I've also got a hotkey there, Control E. So that takes me into source mode. I've got a block of YAML property up the top here, which links back to my old Explore Notes map of content and the home map of content. Just a little description with a hidden callout, what it is for. So it's not really necessary, but I've just included it in there for the video. And you can see here I've got my first hidden callout, which is this week. So we've got the callout here, which is a note, and then the minus sign hides it by default. So if we wanted to show it open, we just take that out, and then it opens up by default like this every time we open up this dashboard. But I find that clutters the screen. I like to just keep it like that. And then you can see it's linking to this Note Timeline base. So if I expand the left pane and open spaces, open my bases folder, you can see I've got Note Timeline here. And then we use the pound or the hash to filter the view. So the first one is this week, and here is this week. And then we've got all the other views there as well. So if we have a look at this week, we've got our sort options here. We've got a couple of functions for created, location, and created time new to old. Then we've got our filter, which filters the file creation time or C time, greater than now, less than 7 days, where the type is a markdown file. And just for privacy, I've hidden any of my journal notes from this view. So if you want to see what the function created looks like, there it is there. And if you want to have a look at the days alive, that's what that function looks like. And we've also got location. Okay, so if we have a look at the last week, the only difference is our filter. We've got 7 days to 14 days, 2 weeks ago, which is 14 to 21 days, 3 weeks ago, 21 to 28 days, last month, 28 to 56 days, 2 months ago, 56 days to 84 days, and then the images and media is the last 84 days. And you could include or take away any more file types in there if you like. If we scroll down, we can see that we've got the rest of the views, images and media view. And here is my data view fallback queries. So if you still use data view, this is what it looks like. So that's my note retrieval timeline. The base handles my date filtering, the map of content or dashboard pulls it all together, and I keep it in collapsible callouts. So it stops it from becoming an overwhelming wall of notes. If you'd like to set up something like Explore Notes, which is what I used to use, I'll jump into the source for that one. So you can see this one links back to the Explore Notes base. So if I open up that one, see I've got notes created today, notes modified today, and days alive. So it's just old to new with a filter, creation time equals today. The modified one is filed modified time equals today, and days alive is this function here, days alive. So that's what that one looks like. And then I've got my days modified, and that's what that one looks like. And then you can see the old data view tables on the left here, what I used to use. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration and ideas for retrieving notes in your Obsidian Vault. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.